Hey, how's it going? We're back with another podcast. The mayor's office here. We're back. It's my name is Luke Prince, and my first podcast is going to be about the NCAA tournament. I'm going to fill out my bracket, and I'm a huge believer in this. I really, really like college basketball. It's a big thing for me. But let's start them off. We'll start out with the play-in games. Boise State and Colorado. I'm a big Colorado fan. I'm not gonna lie. I really like their. I just like their overall team. They did struggle a little bit to start off the year, but I watched them against Utah on their recent game. And God, dude, they know how to play, man. They know how to. They have good press defense, and Boise State's a good team. Don't get me wrong. I just don't see him getting it done, man. I'm going Colorado in the first play-in game for me. I know it doesn't matter when it comes to the bracket. You get to pick either team to win, but I just like going over them. It's a fun thing to do. I'm gonna go to Virginia and Colorado State. First off, I don't know how Virginia made it in this tournament. I absolutely think there's many teams that got snubbed, in my opinion. I don't know how Seton Hall didn't make it. Seton Hall not making it, to me, is outrageous. Teams with more 5+ quad 1 wins and 5+ road wins: Purdue 1 seed, UConn 1 seed, Arizona 2 seed, Marquette 2 seed, Tennessee 2 seed, North Carolina 1 seed, Creighton 3 seed, Nevada 10 seed, Duke 2 seed. Duke's not a 2 seed, I'm sorry. And then Seton Hall didn't even make it. To me, that's outrageous. And you can tell I'm a Syracuse fan. I don't want to hear it. They didn't make it, blah, blah, blah. I'm also an Iowa fan. I'm from Iowa. I was born in Iowa. I've lived in Buffalo most of my life, but for those reasons, honestly, I like Colorado State in that game. I mean, I don't know. Virginia hasn't proved to me that they're going to make a run or do anything. So I'm going to go with Colorado State and Colorado for the first 2 play-in games. I've watched basically every team in the bracket that made it at some point. So, because I like to just know what's going on. I don't want to just have some, like when St. Peter's last year, I didn't know about them, and I wish I looked into them earlier. But I was super surprised by that last year. I mean, we all were. But Montana State and Grambling. I think I'm going to go with Montana State. I've watched this team a few times. I like them. I like how they move the ball around. And they're a team that likes to work it in the paint. And to me, that's good enough for me when it comes to these 2 teams. So we're going to go with them. Howard, Wagner. I don't see. I'm familiar with both these teams. I think Howard is the overall better team, but they're too inconsistent for me to pick them. So I'm going to go Wagner in this game. So we'll start off our actual bracket here. UConn and Stenson. UConn, they're too hot for me. To me, they're the best team in the tournament right now. So we're just going to go UConn first round. Next, FDA versus Northwestern. To me, FDA shouldn't even have been 8 seed. I don't know how. Oh, FAU. I'm sorry. They shouldn't even have been an 8 seed. I don't know how. I thought they should have been like a 10 seed. They're playing Northwestern. They had a good run last year. FAU, but I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a huge Boogie fan, Bowie, the point guard for Northwestern. I really like him. I really like him. That man knows how to shoot, man. He's just overall good at defense. And I just like the team chemistry when it comes to Northwestern. I'm taking Northwestern in this one. Next game, we're going at San Diego State and UAB. I like San Diego State in this one, but UAB, they recently played today. I watched them. They played Temple. Temple's a team that struggled a lot throughout the year. I think they're 14-17, 15-17, something like that. They ended. Maybe a little bit even worse. But they got the job done. UAB is they were doing alley-oop dunks, up 20, 10 minutes left in the game. But I'm not gonna lie. San Diego State, I really feel like San Diego State's gonna go into this one thinking they got an easy win. I think UAB is gonna hit them in the mouth, and I think UAB takes this on an upset. I really do. I'm gonna take UAB on the upset. Next game, we're going Auburn, Yale. I got nothing to say about this one. I think Auburn blows them out the water. 35-40 point win. Auburn's talented, man. Auburn can do it all. They don't lack in anything, just like UConn. Yeah, so that for me, that's it. Next game, we're going BYU and Duquesne. Duquesne, first appearance in about 40 years. Congrats to them. I watched the game. They played VCU today. It was a great game. But I really think BYU's taking this one. I'm not going to lie. BYU, very hot start out to the season. They struggled for a while. But I'm taking BYU in this one. I like them in that matchup. I just think they got a good matchup, good draw. Next one is Illinois versus Morehead State. Same record, both teams 26-8. A lot of people are saying this is going to be a tough one for Illinois. Illinois is playing their best basketball ever right now. Perfect time to do it. And to me, this is a blow-by game. I think it's not close here. I think Morehead State. I know they got a really good point guard, but to me, it's not enough, man. The one player on Illinois, Terrence Shannon Jr. just scored 105 points combined in his last 3 games to break like the second most ever in that tournament. So he's good, man. He's a player that I would definitely want on my team. He can do it all. I mean, like, he was hitting from 3. He had multiple threes. But Wisconsin's a good team, man. They beat Purdue. Purdue's a legit team, in my opinion. But this Illinois team is good. They got Guerrier is their forward. He was actually a transfer from Syracuse. And another one, Coleman Hawkins. He's their main guy, in my opinion. He plays center for them. This dude can do everything as well. He can shoot. To me, he lacks a little bit on defense, but overall, this team's something else, man. I mean, they also got to do Marcus Domask. This dude's fadeaway game in the post is unbelievable. I think he started 5 for 5 out the gate in the second half. In the game today, they're on fire for me. I'm taking them. We're going Washington State and Drake. This is an amazing first round matchup to me, in my opinion. Drake, coach's son, he's a dog, man. I love him. Like he knows how to ball, man. This dude, he's a work of art, man. He very, very, very lockdown defense. This man's got a great post game. He can shoot. Washington State, I'm not. I mean, they're good, but I don't think they're ready for Drake, in my opinion. I think Drake's gonna take this one. Drake's the 10 seed. Washington State is the 7. I really do believe Drake takes that. Next game, we're going Iowa State, South Dakota State. I love South Dakota State. I really like this team. Iowa State's just they're playing really good basketball. They just had a big win over Houston. They're at an all-time high right now. I'm taking Iowa State in that one. So that's the East to start off. We'll make it down to the West, going with Howard /Wagner versus North Carolina. North Carolina for me. They're mad. They're hungry right now after losing to NC State. They're gonna get after them. Next one, Mississippi State and Michigan State. Mississippi State's a good team to me. They have some good bigs. Don't get me wrong. Tom Izzo has got a unbelievable record while being the underdog seed in the first round, and he's an amazing coach. And I've been watching Michigan State this year. They've been up and down, but I really do think they get it done right here in the first round for me. So I'm gonna grab Michigan State here. Next one, St. Mary's Grand Canyon. I'm gonna first start off with Grand Canyon has the most electric fan base. I don't know why. Don't get me wrong, but every game, like I was watching them 2 nights ago, I believe. Oh my god, dude! They brought it, man. Like they're traveling with them. Like they're everything. St. Mary's, I do believe, is the overall better team. But Grand Canyon they're hot right now, and this team's scary, man. Like if I'm St. Mary's, I am not happy with playing them in the first round. Grand Canyon's they're 4 out of 5 of them usually on the court. On court at a time. They're all big. The good free throw shooting team. St. Mary's is a good team. I think Grand Canyon takes this game. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very high on Grand Canyon. I really do believe they're gonna make a very nice run in this tournament. Next up, Alabama, 5 seed playing Charleston. I liked Charleston last year. I think they lost their key pieces to me. They're just I'm not even high on Alabama. I like Alabama. They're a good team. Thought they were a lot better last year. Still a very solid team. But Charleston, they don't have enough pieces to me for them to beat Bama. So this one I'm taking Alabama. Next we're going Clemson and New Mexico. This is a tough one for me. I'm not gonna lie. Clemson and New Mexico, two good teams. New Mexico is I don't know. They got some very good shooters. To me, they're not a very good game against the press, though, and I think Clemson is a very good press in my opinion. And I don't think they've seen a press like Clemson before. And to me, I think Clemson comes right out the gate with a press. You haven't seen that much from Clemson this year, but I really do believe they're going to do that because neither team recognize each other's game, and I I think Clemson takes this one. I do not think it's a blowout or anything. I think it's like a 7 to 8 point win by Clemson. So I'm taking Clemson in that one. Next one, we're going Baylor versus Colgate. To me, Baylor, I really, really like Baylor this year. I like a lot of teams. I know I'm saying that a lot, but Colgate hasn't showed me anything where they're even gonna contend with Baylor in this first round. So I'm just gonna have to take Baylor in this one. Next one, Dayton, Nevada. This one's good, man. This is a good game. You got the point guard Lucas. Fact check that. I believe that's his name. Yeah, Lucas. On Nevada, he was actually on Oregon State when they made that run last year in the tournament. This man can shoot the ball. His fadeaway game is amazing. He can shoot the rock. And I want to say he's like 93 from the free throw line. But I do really like Nevada. They're a team. They're a family. They have each other's back. But to me, Dayton's. This is a perfect matchup for Dayton. I really do think Dayton gets it done here. But I wouldn't be surprised if Nevada pulls this one out. Next, we're going Arizona and Long Beach State. This one's pretty funny. Long Beach State actually fired their coach before the tournament, and they're like, we'll just let him go and coach out the tournament. End up winning their tournament. I believe they were a high seed. I believe they were a 10 seed. But I good for them, man. Sadly, I think I believe Arizona puts a decent number on them. But I really am proud of where Long Beach State has came. Well, that's our West region right now. We'll just finish out the left side and we'll go to the... No. We'll go to the South. Houston, Longwood. Houston's a team that if they got a big lead on someone, they don't care who you are. I think Houston wins by 40 in this one. I wouldn't be surprised if it's more, to be honest with you. Next one, we're coming up. An amazing matchup here for round one. Nebraska versus Texas A&M here. Texas A&M's, I really like how they play. But when Texas A&M trails, they're a team that puts their heads down to me, and that's not a team I would want to take. Nebraska, they got that point guard from Japan. I don't know how to say his name, but he's good, man. He faced when they faced who'd they beat 2 seed in their tournament. Nebraska beat sorry about that. But when they play in their tournament, like, these guys bring the energy. Like, Nebraska is a team that you do not want to run in. And to me, Texas A&M first round, that's oh, they beat Indiana. So they were Indiana was a 6 seed, and no. Nebraska was a 3. Yeah, Indiana was a 6. 93-66, Nebraska smoked them. Indiana's a good team in my opinion. I really do believe they're a good team. To me, Nebraska takes this one. Next game, Wisconsin, James Madison. To me, this is the hardest first round matchup of the tournament. I really, really like how Wisconsin's playing, even if they lost to Illinois today in the conference championship. James Madison is good, man. They're good. They're a slept-on team. They're a 12 seed. This is a 12-5. The 12-5, that's what all of us talk about. 12-5, that's where all the upsets happen. To me, this is one right here. I'm taking James Madison. They've shown amazing basketball this year. Wisconsin's hard to take against in the first round, but to me, James Madison is taking this first round upset. I'm really excited to watch this game. I think it goes down to the wire, but I really do believe James Madison's on top. Next game, we're coming in at Duke, Vermont. I don't really think there's much to say here. I think Duke just rolls them over. I watched Vermont a few times because I got a buddy who graduated before me, Seth Joba. I mean, if you pull off the upset, man, congrats for you guys to even make it in the tournament. Love what you're doing over there, buddy. But I'm taking Duke in this one, man. Next, we're coming at Texas Tech, NC State. Texas Tech known for amazing defense. They prove it every year. NC State's just they were 11, 12 seed in their tournament. They were a play-in in their tournament, and they beat. They won their play-in, which was no, not Notre Dame. Notre Dame played Georgia Tech. NC State played. All I know is that I knew the second game they beat Syracuse. Third game, I'm just gonna fact check it real quick. So, honestly, no one had them making the tournament, but they punched their ticket. They won their tournament. Good for them, man. They beat Syracuse. That was a rough one. Syracuse played a very, very bad game in that one. So NC State, the game they played Virginia won in overtime. That was a crazy one, but they played Louisville in the play, and then they come out, beat Syracuse as a dog. Come out, beat Duke is, I think, like a 10-point underdog. They played an amazing game in that one. Morcell, that man is hard to stop. You got to look out for that man. Then they come out, beat Virginia in a game that I don't know how they won, but you know what? Right when they hit overtime, you knew they were going to win that game. They went into overtime in that game like, this is mine to take, man. Then they played North Carolina. Overall, they just looked like the better team, man. R.J. Davis for North Carolina, that man's a dog right there. But NC State, it's a team you don't want to run into first round again. Like, I'm taking NC State in this one. Like, how they've been playing basketball, I'm okay with taking them right here. They've proven themselves, for me at least. I'm taking them in that game. Next up, Kentucky, Oakland. Kentucky's good. I think they got one of the best bigs in the country, and I don't think not much to say about this one. I don't think Oakland stands a chance in this one, so I'm taking Kentucky. Next up, we're Florida, Boise State, Colorado. Like I said, I think Colorado takes the play-in game. I think Colorado beats Florida in this one. Florida sadly just lost a very good player on their team by an injury today. I hope he has a fast recovery. He was one of their best players, but not even that. I just like Colorado as a team. Dude, they bring energy, man. Like, their big man, if he gets, he'll have a great assist, and he'll make sure the whole place hears it. When this man gets an and one, oh my God, the building goes crazy. This man brings the energy. The whole team brings the energy. He's the guy. Everyone goes a bit bounces off of him for it. But to me, yeah, Colorado's. I'm giving them on the upset. When I say upset, I go by seeding. Even if when it comes to lines, to me it's all seeding. Marquette, Western Kentucky. I'm Marquette on that one. I don't think that one's a close one. I think Western Kentucky was better last year, in my opinion. They're not a bad team this year. They don't got the pieces to beat Marquette. Marquette very deserved 2 seed. I really like that they didn't bump them down to the 3. All right, well, that's the South. We're going to the Midwest. Purdue versus Montana State. Grambling. Give me Purdue in this one. I'm a big believer on Purdue this year. I think it sounds weird, I'm more glad they lost against Wisconsin because that shows they got to step up their game in the tournament. They can't, because everyone sees them as the laughing stock. Oh, they lose to this team, they lose to this team, blah, 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 blah. They're the Cowboys of football. The Cowboys of basketball. So, yeah, I'm taking Purdue there. Utah State coming in at the 8th seed. TCU coming in at the 9. To me, it's the perfect upset. The perfect matchup for TCU. TCU is taking this one, in my opinion. Utah State's a good team. I just think TCU brings more juice, in my opinion. And this is just perfectly matched up, in my opinion, for TCU. They got great bigs, great overall players. And to me, I don't think Utah State knows what's coming, so I'm taking TCU in this game. Next game, we're going Gonzaga. Gonzaga versus McNeese. McNeese is a good team, man. Not many people know about them. They're a very good team. But, I don't know. I just think Gonzaga's too big of a team, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't know, man. I watched Gonzaga play St. Mary's. St. Mary's beat them twice this year, and I was very disappointed how Gonzaga handled them. But I don't know. Anton Watson, that's what I was thinking of. He's really, really good. He's a big power forward. I really, really like him. Ryan Newhart, he's their starting guard. He's also very, very good. Those are 2 players you want to watch out for. Also, Nolan Hickman, he's also a good all-around player. But those 2 guys, personally, to me, I think just those 2 is good enough to get it done in this one. But I wouldn't be surprised if Gonzaga went down in this one. I'm not going to lie to you. But I do think they get it done. Coming in at Kansas and Samford. People are talking about Samford's taking this one because Kansas is injured. Kansas is taking this game for me. Samford hasn't showed me anything that they can play with Kansas at all, even their backups, in my opinion. But, excuse me, coming in at the next game, South Carolina, Oregon. I don't know how Oregon won their tournament. I really don't. South Carolina has been up and down, in my opinion. Oregon, I'm not a fan of Oregon. I don't like how they play. When they fall down, I feel like they're not a team that really bounce back. I'm taking South Carolina in this game. I think they win by. I honestly think they might win this game by even double digits here. But yeah, I don't know. To me, it's a weird first round matchup, but that's where I'm going to go with. Next game, Creighton and Akron. Akron almost. I'm from Buffalo. Akron almost lost to UB. That's and UB basketball really struggled this year. I love Creighton in this tournament. sneaky 3 seed to me. I'm loving that, and I'm going Creighton in that one. Colorado State in Virginia in the play-in versus Texas. I don't know. I took Colorado State in the play-in, but either way, you can take both teams. It doesn't really matter who wins that one. When it comes to picking, but I did take Colorado State. I'm starting to second guess myself that I want to take Virginia, but I'm going to stick with Colorado State. I think either way, Texas is going to win this one. Texas has something to prove, in my opinion. A lot of people have been doubting them, and I really think they're going to prove themselves with a nice win in the first round. Tennessee versus St. Peter's. Are we going with another St. Peter's Cinderella story here? No, sadly. Sadly, we're not. They're just not the same team, in my opinion. They did win their conference as a 5 seed, or won their conference tournament, and respect to you guys. Great run in your tournament. Sadly, I think you have a short stop, and it's ending in the season right now. So that's my first round. I'm taking Tennessee. We're going to go up back to the East. UConn versus Northwestern. I love UConn, like I said. But and I love Northwestern, but UConn's taking this one. I just don't think Northwestern has enough firepower to stay in the game. Next round, we're going UAB versus Auburn. Auburn is playing good basketball right now, man. I believe Auburn gets a blowout win right here, and I don't think Auburn has an easy road to the Sweet 16, in my opinion. Very good poll for them. Next game, we're going BYU, Illinois. Like I said, BYU, they're a pretty good team. They got good guards. They lack on bigs, man. They do. Their big man's not bad. He's a great passer. He's just not a guy that I want in the paint on defense and when it comes to scoring. Excuse me. Taking Illinois in this one. I think they blow them out here. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, I do believe they're the hottest team in basketball right now. Them, of course, NC State's run, that was very impressive. Next, we're going Drake and Iowa State. I love Drake. I said this, but I don't think this is a close one, in my opinion. I think Iowa State blows them out here with a nice one, but I do think Drake comes out with a nice win against Washington State that I was talking about. So, right now we got the 1-4, 2 in the 3 seed in the top. Coming in, North Carolina versus Michigan State. I'm going to give it to North Carolina, but this is going to be a close game. This is going to be a closer game than people think. I really do believe this is going to be a close game. Michigan State, I think, comes out hot. I think they take an early lead in this game, I'm going to be honest. I just think it's not enough. Baycock is a good big for North Carolina. Him and R.J. Davis at the point guard. When he played NC State, his step-back threes, man, were just unstoppable. That man knows how to create space, and I just don't know anyone on Michigan State who can guard him and Baycock. So, and that's only 2 players on the team. I'm only naming 2 guys, so taking NC State in that one. Here we go, Grand Canyon, the 12 seed versus Alabama. This is what I'm talking about. My story for Grand Canyon lives on, and I think they take this game over Bama. Bama's a good team. I seriously think just Grand Canyon comes out and just punches them in the mouth again. I think it's going to be a very tough game. I think they squeak it out, and I'm going Grand Canyon in that one. Next game, we're going Clemson and Baylor. 2 good teams. Baylor's just... this is a perfect matchup for Baylor. Clemson, to me, they're a good team. They showed they're a good team. They've beaten some good teams this year. Baylor's just... I just think Baylor's got the perfect matchup, and Baylor is going to bully them in the paint. I just think their guards are a little bit better than Clemson's. Their bigs are a little bit better, and they just play a little bit better defense. And to me, defense is very important when it comes to this game. Clemson's not a team that is going to score 90 points in this game. That, to me, that's good enough to pick Baylor. We're going Dayton, Arizona. Taking Arizona in this one. I will not be surprised if Dayton wins this game, though. I do think it's closer than a lot of people think, but I'm taking Arizona in that one. Let's go Houston, Nebraska. Like I said, I really, really, really like Nebraska in this one. I mean, as a team, but I think they get Houston takes them for a ride and gets the win here. I think Nebraska just can't hang with Houston. Here we're going, next game, we're going James Madison and Duke here. This is a rough one for me, man. But I like Duke. They're a good team. But I'm taking James Madison in this one. I'm a huge believer how this team plays. I love they know how to pass, man. Team chemistry is on top for them, and that is huge when it comes to the tournament. You got to get so many games. It's such a big month for you. I like Duke. They're a good team. They've showed they're a great team this year, but James Madison, man, they got players. They got dogs, man, and I just think Duke's going to come into this game thinking, like, this is a nice, easy win to the Sweet 16. I just don't think that happens. I think James Madison takes it. Kentucky and NC State. I think this is where NC State's run goes to an end here. Kentucky is a great team, great bigs, great overall team. I just think they beat NC State in that one. Next game, Marquette, Colorado. Marquette, I think Marquette just overall just is better in every category. I really, really do like Colorado. Like I said, the big man brings so much energy, but I think he's going to get frustrated playing this Marquette team, and I think this Marquette team gets a nice little breeze, actually, just because of the matchup. I think this is a very, very tough matchup. Colorado, I think Marquette wins this one by about 15, maybe even a little bit more. So we're going to Purdue, TCU. I think Purdue's going to win this one for me. I think it's going to start off in the first half. I think it's going to be close, but I think they pull away in the second half. Next game, we're going Gonzaga and Kansas. I'm not going to lie, I'm not a big fan of either team. Kansas is battling injuries. I just don't like how Gonzaga's been playing. I do think Kansas wins this game. I hope Dickerson plays. I like Dickerson. What's it called? Also was out in the tournament. It was their point guard. He was transferred from Texas Tech. Dude's overall an amazing player. Defense is phenomenal. But I think I'm taking Kansas in this one. Next game, South Carolina, Creighton. I think Creighton gets a nice dub right here. Like I said, I will not be surprised if South Carolina does take this one. Because they play at the potential. They blew out Tennessee the other day. Like, they can beat big teams, but to me, they're too inconsistent to win this game for me. And for me to pick them. Next game, we're going Texas and Tennessee. Tennessee's got too much for me to not pick them in this game. Like I said, also with Texas, they're too inconsistent for me. And I like Texas, but Tennessee, their offensive, their overall, they got it all, man. Their press is very, very good also. So, I honestly, they do have really good defense. I mean, yeah, they do have really good defense, but Tennessee, Texas. Tennessee has really good offense. Sorry, my bad. And I think they could be a little bit better on defense, but To me, also, I just don't think it's enough. I think Texas falls to Tennessee in that one. Next round, we're going UConn, Auburn. I like UConn in this one. I think it's going to be a dogfight, though. I'm not going to lie. I've been back and forth on picking Auburn in this game. But I do think UConn gets it done. Illinois, Iowa State. Two very, very hot teams right now. I'm going to keep riding with Illinois in this one, though. I'm not going to... There's nothing that's told me not to. They're so hot. I just like how they overall play. And when they, like, today they played Wisconsin, they dropped 10 points. 5 minutes later, they're up 5. Like, this team knows how to battle back when they go down. They will not give up. I'm taking them. So that leaves me the 3 seed and the 1 seed in the top bracket in the East. Coming in at North Carolina and Grand Canyon. Sadly, I think Grand Canyon ends their run right here. North Carolina takes this one. I do think this is still a close game, though. I think they'll pull away a little bit at the end, maybe win by 10, but I still think it's a pretty good game. So, next game, we're going at Baylor, Arizona. To me, I think Baylor takes this game. I'm a big believer on Baylor. They started off the season a little inconsistent, but they've been consistent enough throughout the season. So throughout the late part of the season. So to me, that's good enough to pick them in that game. Arizona, I'm not a big fan of. I do think they're a very good team, but I don't know. I just overall like Baylor in that game. Next game, we're going Houston, James Madison. I'm taking Houston in this one. I do think Houston wins this one pretty good. Houston's defense is tremendous. They do lack on offense a little bit, but their defense is that good where they can lack on offense. But, and not many teams can say that. But I'm taking Houston in that one. Then we're going Kentucky and Marquette. This is a dogfight. This is a game, but I'm taking Kentucky. I don't know. I think Kentucky really wins this game. I think they come out strong. I think both teams come out strong in this one. And I think this is a dogfight battle in high 70s, low 80s, but I think Kentucky wins it. Kansas and Purdue. I think Purdue makes a statement here, and I think Purdue gets a win. And I think if Purdue gets a win with a nice, comfortable lead, or a nice, comfortable victory. Next game, we're going at Creighton and Tennessee. I don't know. This is a good matchup. This is a very, very good matchup. I think Tennessee's just squeezing out the win for me. Excuse me. So we got a 1 seed, 3 seed, a 1 seed, 2 seed, a 1 seed, and a 3 seed. This is my first glance bracket. I'm definitely gonna look back. I'll have a guest on. I'll do a show Tuesday probably. I'm gonna do a lot of shows, and I'm gonna be able to go live. I'm gonna do a lot throughout the tournament. I'll be live a lot. So this is my first glance right now when it goes to UConn, Illinois. I don't know what it is. I think Illinois just totally falls apart in this game. I do not know why. So I think UConn's going to bring this one home in that game. And when it goes North Carolina, Baylor, I just see North Carolina taking that one. So sadly, 2-1 seeds. To me, I don't like seeing that, but it's just how it turned out for me. But I'm definitely going to take more glances, look at this bracket. I'll probably do another one. And then I'll figure out my final bracket. Houston and Kentucky. I think Kentucky wins this game. I think Kentucky wins this one. I think Houston falls in this one. I think this game's 60-50 something. I think it's a low scoring game. But I just think Kentucky really steps up in this one and takes Houston down. Next game we're looking at Purdue and Tennessee. I think Purdue squeezes it out and finally makes it to the Final Four. After all that talk, I really do. So we got a 1 seed, and a 3 seed. Excuse me. UConn and North Carolina. I like UConn in this game. Like I said, they're such a hot team in my opinion. Purdue and Kentucky. I'm taking Kentucky to win this game. I'm very high on Kentucky. I really, really like Kentucky. I think they have a tough way by beating Houston and Marquette. I think those are two very hard 1 and 2 seeds. To me, Marquette is the best 2 seed out there. So I think UConn and Kentucky in the championship. I do believe UConn pulls this one out though. So I think it's a good game. Throw out a score just cause. Let's go 78-71. Good game. But I 78-71 I think is a good score. Maybe 78-69. But I like that bracket first glance, but some ones that I'm thinking about changing. I could see Grand Canyon beating North Carolina. I really could. I can see Grand Canyon being a Final Four team. That's probably my big one right there. But that's my first glance bracket for right now. So that's about it for this one, guys. I appreciate you guys listening. Luke Prince here at the mayor's office. But I'm going to come back with more brackets. That's just my first glance. Comment on the video. Let me know what you guys think. I love hearing what you guys think. And then I'll take some more consideration with your guys' comments and see like, oh, I didn't see that. Maybe I like that. I see what you're talking about, stuff like that. But thanks, guys. I appreciate it. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.